Okay, I'm starting out here. It's just beautiful. And it's really cold. You can see I have pants on and kind of a sweater on. It's not a heavy sweater. It's kind of like a running sweater, but it's a bit chilly today. So normally I wear shorts and, you know, a shirt, but not today. So it is really, really a little bit chilly, but then I warm up after I start running. But I'm not gonna run because I'm doing video, so I walk fast. So I don't warm up quite as much. And so I call it wisdom on the run because I just kind of ramble on with whatever my thoughts are, and they're wisdom thoughts and wise thoughts, I believe. And they're my thoughts. I don't give recommendations or suggestions or anything like that. I just share with you my perspective. And so I wanted to share with you whatever I can remember that I wrote down because I don't have my notes with me. So they'll kind of be out of order or out of context, I guess is a better word. So, you know, I got to thinking about people who play victim and people who you try to help them and they purposefully mess things up, or when things don't go the way you tried to help them because they're not doing their part, they blame you. They blame you. So when I identify people like that, there again, those are those kind of people that I avoid helping, generally speaking. So people who put blame on other people when other people tried to help them and things didn't work out, or they created their own havoc and they didn't want to do the work to fix things while someone was trying to help them, then they put the blame on these other people. And I've seen it time and time again where someone who stepped in to help someone who really didn't want to do any work, they just wanted someone to solve their problems while they created new ones. And then when things didn't work out, they would blame the person that tried to help them. So, you know, people like that, I don't get involved with. I stay away from, and I don't try to help, generally speaking. And so that was one of my thoughts this morning, because there are people out there that will just go around and they want other people to do their work for them. They want other people to solve their problems for them while they are creating new ones. And it's exhausting for the people trying to solve. And, you know, we all want to be helpful and good-natured and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's just better to just let them figure it out. Okay, run, across the road. So, are you loving yourself enough? Are you liking yourself enough? You know, people think it's narcissistic to love yourself, but before you really can love other people accurately and right, you have to love yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're probably not going to be able to love other people in a healthy way. You want a healthy love for yourself, not an unhealthy. Narcissists have unhealthy love for themselves. And I don't even think it's love. I think they don't like themselves. And so they become extremely self-centered and self-absorbed. We're talking about healthy love for yourself. Loving yourself as is, the beautiful person that you are, that imperfect, perfect, whatever, and that you love yourself. Okay? Then I got to thinking about people who validate, they want someone to validate a wrong decision. You can find someone who's going to validate a wrong decision, a wrong choice, because usually those people are making wrong choices and decisions too. So it's sort of like their own club of bad choices and bad decisions. And so, you know, don't find people who are going to validate a bad decision. Find people who are going to validate a good decision and a good choice. Okay, that's what you want to find. Okay? So, this is the thing. Like I talked about yesterday, I don't have time for not nice people. You know, when I was younger, I put up with not nice people. It could be any walk of life. I always tried to be understanding and think maybe they had a hard life. Maybe they're going through a bad day. If they're not nice, I walk away. So yes, I have a lot of homework. a lot of homework. Oh my gosh, schoolwork, college work. Why am I doing this crazy stuff at age 64? Because I love it. Because I'm an eternal learner. It doesn't mean you have to go to college to learn, okay? You can learn reading a book. You can learn getting out talking to people. You know, I just happened to go to college full-time, more than full-time, at age 64. Started back at 62 after my youngest son graduated homeschool high school and is in college. So I thought, yeah, I learned a lot homeschooling. Why not apply some of that to college life? And that's what I did, and that's what I do. So, you know, sometimes I think, okay, Wisdom on the Run may be a little bit boring for some people because it's longer, and I try to keep my videos short, like a minute to 5 minutes. But it's for some people. For some people. You know, I love sitting down watching people's longer videos with a cup of tea and when I have the time. Absolutely. And I'm out here for, give or take, an hour. When I walk, it's an hour. When I run, it's less. And so I have this time that I can share my random wisdom thoughts. And so that's why I'm doing it. You know, if no one watches it, it's okay. My kids will probably watch them someday. Mom said that. Wow, how profound. There's the crosswalk. Same crosswalk every day. And of course I stop. I don't rely on anybody. Well, I can get across right now. There's nobody coming. But most of the time, no one stops. Nobody stops. And then sometimes somebody will stop. But even then, I'm very careful because when someone stops on one side, sometimes they don't stop on another. And I've seen that. So, got to be careful. Or everybody stops and then someone behind somebody rear ends a person and they go forward. So you got to be very careful at crosswalks, and I am. My husband and I were watching a YouTuber last night. Oh my gosh, it was, somebody had sent him a link, and so he was watching it. It's about this guy who, I don't know, I guess he bought the machine. It's like a paragliding machine or something. And he went up like really, really high in the air. I mean, it was, I mean, I would never do it. But I mean, really high. We're talking like probably one of the highest records for anybody to do that. And it was scary, but it was exciting. And I thought, you know what? After something like that, there's not a whole lot that you'd be scared of. You know, sometimes we face on the other side of some fears, not all, but some fears can be a treasure. You know, sometimes we have to face our fears. The fear of starting a new job, the fear of asking a good request that, you know, is acceptable. You know, remember, we have to think about the requests that we make. Are they correct? Are they accurate? But some people are afraid to even ask just any kind of request, a favor. You know, it's silly, but even like when I go to call up like the dentist or doctor's office and ask for an appointment, it's like, oh, you know, no, now I say exactly what I want. Like, this is, you know, I need this time in the afternoon. I don't wait and just take whatever time they give me unless I have to. What I do is I say, I would like an appointment after 11 a.m. and do you have these days available? I'm very specific. I like being specific because often you'll get what you want. Pretty dogs. Good morning, doggy. Good morning. Good morning. There's the other pretty one down there. He just went down there. He's following some other people. They're so pretty. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. See you in a little bit. You know, I'll try to get the other really beautiful dog on the way back. Just such beautiful dogs, you know. Beautiful. So, yeah, I'm out here on this beautiful day. I'm grateful for every day I get out here. I never look at like, oh, I gotta go running, you know. I love it. Running, walking, waddling, I don't care. I love it. I think they're building a new house over there somewhere behind those trees. You know, being a parent is an amazing journey, and it's not always an easy journey, okay, but it's an amazing journey. And, you know, I think one of the hardest things for me was when my kids became young adults, and I still wanted to be like that hands-on mom that said, okay, do this, do that, you know, go here, go there. You know, I mean, time goes by so fast. It seems like I was just putting them in car seats yesterday, and, you know, they were in strollers and baby carriages, and now they're adults. And letting go is a process. But when you let go, you're still the parent. You're not their friend, you're their parent, in my opinion. And so you're the parent. And I think sometimes you have to step back and let them, for the most part, make their own decisions and be there to guide them. If they'll allow you to correct them, you know, some won't listen. There's two ways to learn, through correction or the hard way. Some people learn the hard way. You know, it just depends. So learn both ways. And, you know, the thing about it is you're still a parent. When you're 80 and they're 60, you're still a parent. My mom and my grandma, my mom missed my grandma so much, and my grandma was well into her 90s before she passed, and my mom was in her 70s. So you never stop being a parent, okay? You're always a parent. And I think it's hard sometimes for parents to let their children actually grow up. Woo! Noisy. And so sometimes it's hard to let your kids grow up and not want to step in and say, well, you know, you better not buy that car. If you buy that car, you're going to be in a lot of debt. Well, you know, of course, I tell my kids, don't buy that car, you'll be in a lot of debt. Hopefully they'll always listen. But sometimes they'll do it anyhow. Or sometimes you just have to let them, you know, if they don't want to listen, find out their way. You know, and, you know, I always say a parent is always there for their kids, but they also have to let them take responsibility for their decisions. You know what I'm saying? You can't, if you don't let them take responsibility for their adult choices, then if we keep always cleaning up their messes, like a messy room, you know, you're cleaning up their messy room, they make a mess. Why would they clean it up? Why would they clean it up themselves? They know mom or dad are going to do it. So you have to let them clean up their own messy room. Okay, in my opinion. Another beautiful tree. I don't know if I got that one on video before. The leaves are almost all ready to turn. Yep. Golf courses are all over there. Customer service out the window right now. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't know if places are short-staffed or what the story is, but gosh, even getting through to like the receptionist to make an appointment somewhere can sometimes take a long time. I mean, one day I was on hold, it seemed like about an hour, and then I just hung up. You know, sometimes there are better times than others. You know, sometimes there are better times than others to make phone calls. You know, timing is of the essence. Sometimes you can't always get perfect timing, but sometimes some timing is better than others, and sometimes some timing is perfect. Restart your life. Restart all the good stuff. You know, people get caught into such bad habits or negativity or whatever. Sometimes we just have to restart or jumpstart, you know, the good stuff in our life. Healthy habits. If we have a job that we absolutely cannot change through our attitude or, you know, adapting or whatever, sometimes we've got to change jobs. You know, in the right way. You just don't up and leave something and not be able to pay your bills, in my opinion. Got to pay your bills. Plan it out. Get the right education or the right certificates so you can a lot of noise out here today with trucks and everything. There's a lot of new houses going up. Oh my gosh, now that's the garbage man. Oh my goodness. Noise everywhere. You know, it's amazing how much noise we hear. You know, we hear all this noise. You know what I'm saying? We don't even pay attention to it. It's sort of like dysfunction. You know, when you hang out in dysfunction long enough, it looks normal. That's why I recognize dysfunction and I call it for what it is and I get away from it to the best of my ability. But what do you do if you're in a job and you got a dysfunctional workplace? I learned not to try to change the workplace. All I can do is change me, change who I am, and then go into work with a great attitude, hoping that my attitude will help me stay adjusted and adjust to a dysfunctional environment. And then in the meantime, I started looking for other jobs, other work. I've had some incredible jobs in my life, and I've had some that were not incredible. So you got to remember that you spend a lot of time on your job. You know, that's a big part of where your life, that and in bed, you know, and you want to make what in between all that, you want to make it really count positive. I'm living life fully. Yep, live your life. Enjoy your everyday life. I can't understand people who wait for that 1 week a year, 2 weeks a year to go on vacation to enjoy their life, and the rest of the year they're miserable. You know, I believe in doing everything you can possible to adapt or create a wonderful everyday life, because that's where we live most of our life. I don't care who you are, rich, famous, successful, billionaires. Life is lived in your everyday life. Enjoy it. Is the grass greener somewhere else? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. But often it's an illusion. And sometimes when you're looking at your own grass, you can see all the flaws. But when you're looking at someone else's grass, you go, oh, it's so beautiful. I want to be over there. Because from a distance, it all looks good. Then you get over there and you go, oh, here's more noise. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, you know, this is the thing, is that grass always looks greener from a distance, doesn't it? And then when you get up close, sometimes you see the patches of you know, brown patches that are not so green. So before you decide that you want another yard, take a good look at the other yard you're looking at, or begin to work on your own yard. Some people just don't want to work on their yard. They want to go find a pre-made yard. They don't want to work on their yard. Everything good in life takes work. And that's the difference between success and failure. Failure doesn't want to do the work, or they're doing the wrong work. Wrong decisions, wrong choices. And get yourself out of the pattern of wrong choices and decisions, and get yourself in the pattern of right choices and right decisions in every area of your life. Yeah, okay, so today I have a lot of schoolwork. When I go back, I'll upload my videos and get started. And then, of course, I have my webcam class, one of my webcam class tonight. I got to call the universities. I'm still, you know, I'm signed up for this one university, fabulous university, but I'm thinking about going to a different one because the other one offers a different program. So I'm kind of going through that maze for the spring semester, because I'm pretty much all done where I'm at after this semester. And so we'll see. I'm just taking my time, enjoying the journey. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy your journey. That's what it's all about. I could have said, oh, I better not get out here today. Now it's warmed up because I'm moving, you know, my body's moving, but it's not that cold. But I could have said, no, I need to stay home and start on my college work because I have so much of it. But I said, no, my health is number one. And I love coming out here. At 64 years old, I do what I love, okay? As much of what I love as I can, and so I'm out here on the trail and enjoying it. Then I'll go home and do all my stuff I may be up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning doing all my college work today. We'll see. I spent a lot of time doing it, but I love learning. I love learning. Okay, my turnaround point. Okay, here we go. Turn around, turn around, turn around. Yeah, so I'm at my turnaround. I turn around now. I call it 2.5 out, 2.5 in. And then I head on home. We'll see if I see the pretty dogs. There's some really, really pretty ones out here. And they come out and greet me most mornings. Not all mornings, but some mornings. If I guess the owners let them out in the yard. Worrying about what people think of you, okay? So what happens if people don't think the best about you, or they've misinterpreted you, or they've got misinformation, or someone told them a lie, or they're distorted? You know, you can spend your whole life trying to try to fix other people's misperceptions. I mean, I'm all about clearing up misunderstandings, but it just depends. You could spend your whole life showing that, and I'm the one to spend my whole life. Some people are going to love you, some people are not going to like you, some people are going to lie on you, some people are going to misinform others, some people are going to believe things that are not true. But remember, most people know better. Smart people don't listen to gossip. Smart people don't, they don't. You know, smart people look at a situation in more detail. I don't judge people up front unless they're being really rude or nasty or something, and then I do. But I mean, if someone says something about somebody else, first of all, I don't listen to gossip, but I listen to information. Not all information is gossip. Some things can be said that may be true or have an element of truth. At least we're aware of it. And even if it's not true, then we realize it may be something that's circulating around that is untrue. But we don't play our part in it, in circulating it, unless we think that it'll affect someone else. And then you go to that someone else and you tell them, this is what I heard, I don't know if it's true or not. You know, but you don't want to instigate or spread, you know. But let's say there was something going on, and we'll just make up a scenario. Someone was doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing, and it would affect another person adversely. But let's say we didn't know if that was true. So you got to be really careful with this kind of stuff. You know, what would you do? For me personally, like I said, I don't give advice or anything, but for me personally, I would, in the right way, make the person who it could affect be aware of the rumor that's circulating. But I wouldn't go spread it all over. You only, you know, because you want to look out for, like, a best friend. Let's say your best friend's you know, or so, you know, you want to look out for people, but you want to do it in the right way. You don't want to go and give misinformation or spread gossip or you know, malign somebody and then it not be true. You got to always say, this is what I heard that's circulating, and you go to the person that it could affect. You don't go to the people that just want to circulate it, okay? You go to people that, if it's going to affect them adversely, and say, this is what I heard, I don't know whether it's true. That's how I handle things, okay? That's how I handle it. I don't, like I said, I don't give advice, so other people handle things differently, okay? Fair weather friends, oh my goodness, or lousy friends. I did a video on this, a lot of videos. You know, people don't have to be perfect to be my friend, because I'm not perfect, okay? But I really don't want to give much time to people who are, you know, not the best friendships. But sometimes we'll still give them a little bit of time. It just depends. And if someone's rude or something, no, I don't give them any time. So can you be too nice? Well, I'm a nice person. In my life, I've probably been too nice, okay? But I am nice, and yet I'm smart. I'm smart with it, okay? I'm smart with my niceness. You can be nice and smart. So I say, yes, You can be all the niceness you want, but the moment you see disrespect, I believe in letting people know, I'm nice, but don't disrespect me. That's my way of dealing with being too nice. I love being nice, okay? I'm not gonna change that for not nice people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay nice. But if I detect not niceness, I'm usually out of that relationship, because there's usually a lot more under that iceberg. Okay, a lot more. So if they're having a bad day, I got it. I'll usually make some allowances there. But if it's going to be a pattern, you can forget it. I'm out of there. Let's talk a moment about sharing. You know, on YouTube, I share people's videos constantly. Ones I like, ones that I think are really worthwhile. And I got a lot of great channels that I share out. In comparison to the number I share out, and that's a lot, I see very few that share me out. I know who they are that share me out, and I go right away to their channel and share them out because I love their content. And I know people, I think people don't either realize it, or a lot of people think it's taking something from them. Now, granted, some people don't have the share button. I got that. But other people do. And even if you don't have the share button, if someone's nice enough to share you out and everything, make a little video about that person. Say, hey, they got this great channel. You know, there's a lot of things you can do. But, you know, if you like somebody, if you like me, share me out. It helps. I don't grow without, you know, people finding my channel in the big world of YouTube. I hope you share me out. Okay, so some people are asking, how's your breast doing? We all know, go back and watch all the breast videos. So I called, I was supposed to have a referral, you know, because I'm going to now that we know, thank the Lord, what the results were. And I did that in another video, so I'm not going to go back through that. Thank the Lord. Thank you, God. I'm going to probably have my implants changed out and made smaller, going from a size E to a C. But I also have to heal first. Remember, I had this whatever it was, and I mean, it was nasty. It still doesn't look good, but it's drying up. And I can only assume my first thought, even though I think the doctors didn't think so, my first thought was that the underwire bras that I was wearing somehow cut into my breast, you know, maybe the implant, because the implant through, you know, even though it wasn't through the skin, maybe it set on the wire somehow. And I'm all about underwire bras, but maybe the way I was wearing it, and because of my large size, it was pushing on that, and that's what caused all that. And so it's healing. It's healing. It's not completely healed yet. And I'm not taking antibiotics anymore, but I am putting the antibiotic cream on it. No longer am I wearing underwires. Okay. I love underwires. For some people, they work great. They always worked well for me. Now I'm just wearing like a very soft halter bra. So maybe my husband will buy me all brand new bras for Christmas that are non-underwire. So yeah, how is my breast doing? Maybe I should title this video, so how is my breast doing? You know, when you go through something like, and I documented it, I videoed it, because I didn't know what the results were going to be, and I was so absolutely scared. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how scared I was. And I have to take any kind of diagnosis can be scary. I know some people brave it. Well, I braved it, but I was scared, I have to tell you. And so, it was scary, okay? And I'm so grateful. I'm still healing, and likely I will have the breast reduction. I don't have to have it, but I just don't want to go through something like this again. And maybe I won't go through something like this again because I'm wearing a different kind of bra. I don't know, but I don't even know if that's what caused it. I mean, who knows? You know, but when you go through something, any kind of possible diagnosis, and that waiting period is just terrible. It's terrible. Unfortunately, they told me right away. They didn't make me like wait a week, like normally. Oh, I was so grateful. So grateful. Okay, here's the beautiful dog. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, so hello, baby. Hello. And it'll start barking at me probably in a moment, but it's so sweet. Sweetest dog. Sweetest dog. Yep. Bye-bye. Love you. Love you. Bye-bye. I don't know where the other ones went. The other ones were, there's a beautiful white dog. I don't know if it's not a collie. I don't know if it's a golden retriever. I guess it wouldn't be golden because it's not golden, but it's beautiful. I mean, some of the dogs are like that one are so beautiful along in here. So they must have went in the house. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it go woof woof. Okay. So yes, I'll go back home, do all my college work. Well, not all of it. I can't get it all done today, but I'll do what I can do. I have my class on webcam, and the class is pretty small now, so I get asked the questions a lot. So I'm usually the first to volunteer the question because I'm like, you know, I might as well get through it. You know, great teachers though. I have all great teachers. But, you know, it used to be like I'd listen to all these motivational people, and you know, my whole life, and I don't really listen to anybody anymore. I have a couple that I occasionally listen to. I mean, you always are learning something that you didn't know before. That's going to be a lifelong process. But honestly, I listen to my own spirit now. You know, it's, I think, a time to be a student and a time to be a teacher. And yet, I don't call myself a teacher. Of course, I'm not. I'm a mom who paints, who runs, who talks wisdom. And yet, I feel like there's a time you gotta live. You gotta do. You gotta be out there. Because you can keep learning forever and do nothing with it. You know, sometimes you just gotta get out there and apply your knowledge. Or whatever. And you know, no matter how much you learn, you may not always do perfect, but that's okay. You're out there. You're going to probably be a lot further ahead than most people who are refusing to be out there. Okay? You know, I'm out there in life. I pick up that phone. I make those phone calls. I get on here, make my YouTube videos. I paint those paintings no matter how they come out. I go to school and tackle those big hard tests that I have no clue how I'm going to do. I do my best at preparing the best I can in all ways, and then I'm out there. I can be nice to people without having to be their friend. I'm polite. I'm probably the politest person I know. And yet, if someone's nasty, I just don't talk to them. I look the other way, and I don't feel badly about it. Okay, if someone's truly a nasty person, and there's very few of those that I meet, but if they are, see, I don't do the crosswalk on the way back. I stay on this side. I have my own little system, my own little routine. But yeah, so if someone's really nice, yeah, I don't have, you know, people say, oh, you need to talk to them. I don't talk to anybody. I don't have to if they're not nice, you know, and they're disrespectful. And one moment they're nice and the next minute they're nasty. Forget that. I don't have any time for that. You know, but if people, you know, most people are really nice. Okay, so you don't want to forget all the wonderful, nice, kind, beautiful, amazing people out there, because there's a lot of them. And if you let those few nasty people stop you from the nice people, you're the one losing out, not them. So someone called me today and said someone else had called them to ask them to work a double shift for them instead of their own shift. And I said, I wouldn't do that because you're already got a full plate. I said, they know that. And let me tell you what I told them. You can tell them, no, which is probably the right number one way to do. If the person keeps pursuing it, then I just don't answer them back. Now, if it's a boss, it's a little bit of a different story. You got to be a little bit more touchy with that. And I remember one time, you know, this is what I've learned, is you give a no answer by saying yes. Does that make sense? So what I told somebody one day, and I did a video on this, is you give a half a yes, but you got to make sure that half a yes you can commit to if you need to. But likely that half a yes is not going to be sufficient enough for them, so they'll find someone else. And so when someone got asked to work a shift, I said, and they were really busy with other things, I said, you don't want to tell your boss no directly. And I said, how about this? Can you work 4 hours? They said, yeah. I said, call them back and tell them you can work 4 hours. So they gave them a yes answer by saying, I can work 4 hours, but I can't work the 8 hours. Well, they said, no, I really need someone 8 hours, but thank you. So you gave them a yes answer. That person gave them a yes answer. They didn't give them a flat out no. Sometimes you should give a flat out no. Depends. Sometimes you need to cushion it a little bit. And other times, you know, like I told this person, I said, just don't respond back because it wasn't a boss. You've already told them that it didn't work for you. Now don't respond back until like late in the evening and say, oh, you know, I've had a busy day because they were at work. I said, you know, I was at work all day. I'm getting back to you. Did you find someone to relieve you? But don't commit to something that you don't want to commit to, because once you're committed, you're committed. Okay, then you can't, it's hard to uncommit. Then if you uncommit, it makes you look bad. So it's better if you can give a half a yes or a flat out no if you can, but do it politely. Because remember, sometimes a no, especially to a boss, may rub them the wrong way. But if you give that half a yes, you got to be willing to commit in case they say, okay, you know. That's kind of how I handle it. Little words of wisdom here. And, but some people, you know, you could be running around doing everybody's work. And you got to sometimes say no. No is one of my favorite words. But yes is probably my favorite word because I want to say yes to the right things and no to the not right things, okay? So, yes and no are very important words. Know when and how to use them in the right ways. Adventure in life. You know, after watching that guy on the paraglider thing I was telling you about earlier on the video, it makes me like, wow, if he can do that, I don't want to do that, you know. But I can do other things. You know, sometimes I don't face unnecessary fear. Okay, why? Why should I put myself through something that's unnecessary? But if there's a treasure chest on the other side, so to speak, of blessings, and I need to walk through something, let's say this health thing, I could have just totally avoided going to the doctors and all of that, but I knew that I had to find out any which way, and I'm glad I did. You know, I take wise, smart, calculated, strategic, positive, right chances and choices. And I want to live life. I want to enjoy, and I do. I always have. People that know me know I've always lived life. Have I been scared sometimes? Of course. Of course. Like this past 2 weeks. But I documented it. I could have just said, no, I'm not going to share this with anybody because it's private. Well, it is private. But I chose to show you what I was going through so that maybe someone else going through it either way with any kind of results understands and knows that there's other people that have maybe walked a road similar to theirs. And so I chose to share. That was scary because there's a lot of not nice people out on the virtual world because they can hide behind their computers, their big old box top computer in the grandma's basement that they live because they don't have a job, and they can just go around making nasty comments and giving thumbs down. That's what they do. That's what unhappy people do. Not all unhappy people do that, but you can't be happy and be nasty. Let's put it that way. Okay. Oops, sprinklers. Oh, now I gotta go through the sprinklers again. Oh my gosh. Look at the sprinklers. I'll get wet. Just protect my camera and my phone. Yep. Okay, there's the sprinklers. There I go. Woo, I got wet. It's all good. It's all good. I love the leaves. Look at all the leaves. They're so pretty. So beautiful. They're all falling now. I love them. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now I gotta pass what I call the big bad wolf. I stay way over by my fence. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous. I love the trees. Okay, so I passed. Okay, so I'm home. I'm home. I love being home. Home. Beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for wisdom on the run. Thank you. May God bless you. I do hope you like, share, subscribe, and share me out. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm home, and never have any idea how the video is going to turn out, jiggly or whatever, but it's all okay. It's all good. I am home. Wishing you all a great day. Hope to talk to you soon. Wisdom on the run. Bye-bye.